I just, first of all, I want to say I had a lot of fun. I've never been to a hackathon like this one before. I had, fortunately, these two great people who actually held lectures for it. Well, this was awesome. just to fill up while the presentation starts going. I want to start with a video. I hope you can see made by NASA. So that's not the video, that's us. However cool we are, that's not the video. That's the, okay. Yeah, make it, no, we don't need sound in this case. Although I can recommend this video to you because this is a scientist from NASA who actually explains what we see when we look down on the live feed from the ISS. I really hope this is it, because now I'm starting to doubt.
No, this is one.
Yeah?
Just running a little bit slow.
Oh, right. Well, anyway, I won't do karaoke, but he's talking about what we're seeing. He's saying, well, the ISS is flying over the world, and here it comes up the coast of Chile. And, I wanted to show you guys, look it up. It's awesome if you haven't seen it, because there's things like these, right? I mean, I think it's even in HD, and the pictures are wonderful. Everybody loves this, I think. A lot of people think this is fantastic. This had about how many views? 1.8 million, something like that. It's amazing. You've seen this on the Twitter feed of your favorite astronaut, like Ron Garan and I don't know, André Kuipers in the Netherlands. They post a lot of pictures, and we all love them. I mean, they get retweeted like crazy, and a lot of people think they're beautiful, and not only people who are necessarily into space, or not necessarily geeks. Also, your mom thinks these pictures are awesome. So we figured that there's more we can do with that enthusiasm. Apparently, the pictures speak to. So, and the funny thing is that NASA and ESA, they have so many pictures of Earth from space that they don't even know themselves what they have. I mean, there's been pictures taken from space since the 60s. And they actually have millions of photos. How many pictures did André Kuipers took home with him? It's like, I heard it was 10,000 plus something. It's amazing. And these astronauts...
Hundreds of thousands.
Sorry?
Hundreds of thousands.
Right. So, so they're amazing. And so we need to figure out how to get more of these great pictures out into the open, not just the few that get posted on Twitter by these astronauts. So we asked NASA for a data set. Show us the map. I mapped all the, maybe you've seen a more beautiful version of this by somebody else a few weeks ago, but I made one. This is all the pictures that are in the data set that NASA shared with us for this challenge. You can see they're very methodical about it. I think they looked at which squares, all the squares that needed to be covered. If you plot, well, maybe here you can see well, the big rivers and the big cities and everything's there. It's a great data set. So, what we thought of was create a game. Let's show it. There you go.
Let's show the game.
Yeah, let's do it. Here's our quizmaster.
Okay. So, this is it. We're on the blue model, and we're gonna play the game. So,
You can all shout, right?
where's this picture taken? If we should click, please answer it.
Russia.
Okay, go on.
Russia. Oh, somewhere down.
North America.
So next, where's this?
Africa. I heard Japan first, sorry.
So for this, we can click a few.
On the other side was short.
Yeah. But it's taking it calculates the distance between the point you clicked on the map and where the actual picture is of.
If you think it's Mars, it's usually Africa.
Sky.
So, figuring out how the points on the map and calculating in forth and back was quite a mess, so we took that time most of yesterday. Today we're almost finished with the game, 40 seconds left, and we scored a few points. And
Well, also show, tell.
Yeah, so
click one more.
Dit is zonder cijfer.
So click one more.
Yeah,
So there's some information about the point which is shown on the map. So here's consultant CG of K. That's the information we get. So
Do you display it where it actually is taken?
It's
behind.
It's behind the frame. So let's see.
so if you have a big screen on your computer,
Better make sure it's not behind.
So
Maybe you can make sure that it's not behind. Make the pop-up somewhere so that you can see both flags where you try.
that's a pretty good idea. So we scored a few points, and we can share this on Twitter, for example. We were just not in time to do it for Facebook, but we thought of like you could post the image you guessed the best or which you like the most. You can select one of those after the game. So that was the idea, but we couldn't build that in the 2 days. But also you can have like the effect of sharing the greatest image or the nicest image. And also we would like to display all the images after you finish the game, and you read more information about it, or directly go to a page on the internet where there's more information about it, or all kinds of things we just hadn't had time for. Also, an idea we had was if you have like trouble guessing what it is, to give you hints. So we have got the latitude, longitude stuff, so we could say, you should go like North America, or if you have trouble, you could also choose another option. You have like a multiple choice, so you can click on 3 options on the map if you have no clue whatsoever. So you get the correct version, and maybe also the images of the...
Yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, just following on that idea, it seems like if you could pick a set of geographically interesting images, so not just all the image, but some geographically interesting, and then your hints could be tied in learning about geography, whether it's weather pattern or tell, so that you don't tell them you're this far away, but have them need to know some information about the place to be able to narrow in on.
Well, I actually went around earlier asking for a geographer or a geologist. The NASA video you obviously will know. Your colleague says something that he says things like, this must be the coast of I don't know, Senegal or something, because the stones here are that color. I think that would be awesome to incorporate it somehow into this, because to get it more information heavy, and I think that's also more interesting. You'll see that that's the reason that we put the info in here, because if it's only just clicking and well, this is fun. A lot of people will think, I know this from other versions of this same game, that they think this is kind of addictive. But yes, the information, there's certainly lots of cool information, like I personally like stone and
Could you build in something that people who get it spot on have to explain why? So you sort of, well, that way you build that knowledge, on the big.
Yeah, that's actually a very valuable point, because this is not just fun for the players to play, We also wanted it to be valuable for the people that provide pictures for NASA and ESA that have these large repositories of pictures, which are of varying quality. I mean, you've seen the examples. Some are really indistinctive. It's impossible to guess where it is. If you have a picture of a forest or of a desert, you see it's easy to be 20,000 kilometers off. On the other hand, there's also pictures that are very detailed and have very clear features that make it a lot easier to pinpoint the location. Those pictures generally are much more interesting for people to watch. So by collecting the scores of people, how far are people off, and also by providing at the end the possibility to select one of the pictures, and I mean, this requires some further development, but we're getting there, is that you select the most attractive picture and allow people to put it in the background of their Twitter profile or their Facebook profile, and then change it every couple of days. Hang on, let me finish, and then we'll answer a few questions. Sure. By collecting that information, assuming that when people are very far off, if you're like 15, 20,000 kilometers off, it's an indistinctive picture. If you collect that information, that would grade it as a lower quality picture. While if you have pictures of city centers, which there also are, or coastlines that are very recognizable, or even having very detailed pictures of features in cities like the Eiffel Tower, that everybody would get right, then that gets rated as a more qualitative picture.
And I think you can use that to create a difficulty setting, just by sourcing that, because I think that's the biggest. I think that's what you need: difficulty settings and or thematic themes.
Maybe, I think we talked about difficulty setting. Oh yeah, that was the suggestion we got. We asked people on Twitter already. I mean, we have a domain name for this. I mean, let's not there yet, but and we have the Twitter feed and everything. So we also beta tested, and one of the suggestions we got was exactly that. I mean, difficulty settings. What was it the guy said that would make it easier? Oh, he said like titles or textures. So, like, to give people more hints based on coastline.
It's like a puzzle, right? If you see a coastline, that will already help. You know, some sort of orientation already.
I mean, I think the trick would be to make it so that you could use all the people around the world that interact with it to help, like, sort through the data. Because as you mentioned, there's like so many pictures, and getting the right pictures to make the best games or the best settings or the best whatever.
Right.
You know, use all these people out there that can kind of help you sort through the data to get the best result in the end.
Right. Because a few weeks ago, so there was this guy who made a big map of all the like I did, but then prettier. So he showed the amazing amount of pictures that NASA and ESA have. You know, it's huge. So if people like in a game like this, after they're finished, click on which picture they like best and use that to tweet or something. That would also give us data on which one is prettiest. I think that it should be a task for NASA and ESA to get all these photos out in the open. I mean, this is a very good start, I think. And mine these, and I've been working with students of mine in Rotterdam to analyze them automatically. You know, see how many features there are based on, for instance, a cloud cover, but also contrast, things like that. This could be great help. You know, to have also humans look at the pictures in a great way.
I must say, I like best all ideas which use the inputs from all the users around the world to make the game improve itself. It's much easier, I think, also than to try to extract something from the features, which will be immensely difficult. But maybe another suggestion. It's not so easy to click on that map. You're not very accurate with clicking. But maybe you can make something like, if you're very close, that then you get a zoom on that area, and then you have a second level of clicking where you can get even more points, because you're more accurate.
As with all the other projects, I'm sure we have a list of things we would love to do with this, and I'm sure, go ahead.
Also, we would like to provide a mode where you can select your location and a range of how far away the images you would like to. So you can look up your own neighborhood. Yeah, neighborhood, because it's quite a...
There's 234,000 pictures just in this data set alone. So even if you take just a small portion of Europe, there's enough pictures to keep on playing this game for a while.
Or when you click somewhere, you can add a circle around it that you can make smaller or bigger, so you have an inset if you want.
Yeah.
I can put in so many dollars because I'm very confident, so a very small circle. And if you miss, you have nothing.
This could be making money somehow. Like poker. Well, we talked about it, and we were joking that on the one hand you don't want to make it too hard or something, but then you want to help people with getting hints. But then if you make the circle too small, it gets really too obvious. So, it's, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.